everyone. Guess what? I just did a practice run for about 3 or 4 minutes. Man, am I bad at forgetting to hit my record button, which is running right now, 10 seconds. I gotta start doing that and checking around. Anyways, there's our Jackster. We're at a campground here. It's me, the Tin Man. We're looking at this crazy tree right now. I had a whole bunch of good little comments I said on it, and now we're gonna just kinda look at it and let it seep into you guys a little bit more what's going on here. So what I said on the earlier one, I said if you were really to study this, you would start to see that, you know, maybe 2% to 5% could end up being called hatchet kind of marks. But this stuff not at all is hatchet. That's all cut marks. All what we're seeing here, this is a cut spread. This is not a cut hatchet. And how you would know on a hatchet, you can really tell really well by here. You can tell by this area here. You can tell a hatchet does a crushing press. And these are cutting motions. So whatever comes here, it sticks, let's just call it a claw. It sticks it in and it'll go whoosh, like that. And as the tree grows and expands, these ones become wider. But if you push this in and close that up, you can kind of see how close it is compared to my dirty nail there for a width. See, even like this one, you see that? Hatchet leaves more of a permanent damaged bulge in the wood. So when you press it together, there's still a significant gap, and it's kind of like it goes from a tip towards a gap and then continues the gap through the length of the width of the blade sort of thing, and then it has another tip at the other end closing. So it's more of a look of a hatchet. These ones here really look like they're a stroke up to me in a way. I'm going to just get some close up here. Might not be focused the best. See, and then look at this. Just skinning, you see that? Just so slight of a scratch. So you're really seeing a capability there. It looks like it's even got a little bit of a wiggle, so we can see how the tree, if they're so lightly pushing, the tree grainage, I guess you might call it, or something, the tree texture can help make them flow, and you really get it out of that one. So that means that's how light of a cut. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but some will understand. It made sense to some. Anyway, so, and look at this all here. This is part of the reason they're here, is because they use this all as a cut through here on the property. And they can cut through side. That's a different property than this one. Jack's over here patiently waiting. And I was looking at these trees here because this is all nice and fresh. And I was explaining a season kind of thing. Like, this is season damage. So this has had a season to mend. This one here isn't at a complete season. This one's at months old, and it's probably done at the same time as those ones. These ones here look like they're very recent. This one here, I even showed how it kind of does a little skip to there. You see that? So whatever happened and then went. Is it going to be with a claw every time or something, or would they be willing to use rocks and stuff? You tell me, right? But I can tell a high percentage of all these marks are claw. And we just don't walk around with hatchets in our world here, damaging things up. We don't do it. It's not what the Canadian tradition is all about. It's all really, you know, in this campground, I'm seeing pretty light duty work. Like, I'm seeing a lot of it, but I'm not seeing a lot of season work, although I'm not the pro for it. You see this? And then you see this stuff all going on? Like, that's old stuff. And in my thinkings and my knowledge now, they just haven't touched this for a long time, but they originally created something going on there. Not to say branches weren't cut off of there and then they toyed around with it, because they just toy around with things and they give up on ones. And look at this boomerang one. Looks like the original slit was there. Something. Well, it almost looks like they slit, and then they do a second slit and peel a piece of the bark off. Think about that. Anyways, Tin Man having good times, and yeah, we're getting a lot of evidence here, guys. So this is really opening up. Really opening up. Peace out from the Tin Man.